Good morning, guys. This is the beginning of our second week of meeting like this. I miss you all terribly. I am really enjoying seeing all of the pictures of the things that you guys are doing. Some of you are even sending me just stuff that you're doing on your own, and I absolutely love hearing from you. So keep those coming. I definitely want to hear and see what you guys are up to these weeks that we're not able to meet. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started. We're going to be in our math books today. I believe we're on page 287 is where you're going to find the work that we're doing. So what we're going to look at today is what happens when we have a fraction that we want to write as a decimal, and the decimal just keeps going. It keeps repeating over and over and over again. So what do we do in that situation? Do we need to write it out indefinitely, or is there something we can do? And then many of you had this question whenever we worked on this in class, that you noticed that a lot of times you would have these patterns where your decimal is just going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So today we're going to talk about what to do in that situation. So I'm going to start off with an example, and some of you probably already know what this is. So we're going to start off with 1/3, and we want to take 1/3 and we're going to write it as a decimal. So how do we write a fraction as a decimal? Yes. So this is what we did last week, where we take my numerator and we divided it by my denominator. So we're going to have 1 divided by 3. And this is the situation where, I'm going to move this because it's kind of short, where obviously we cannot put 3 into 1. It's not going to happen. So we're going to annex a 0 that you are oh so familiar with. And 3 will go into 10 now. How many times? 3. Right, so we're going to write 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Are you already starting to see a pattern here? Again, 3 can't go into 1. We're going to have to add a 0. 3 will go into 10. Again, 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. And that process is going to repeat over and over and over and over again. Honestly, we can sit here literally all day and we're just going to get 0.33333333333. So what do we do in this situation? Do you need to write 0.3333333? You know, absolutely not. So when we see this, when we notice this sort of pattern going on, all you have to do is, once you notice that that is happening, you just write a 1 over the top of your 3. So if you know that the 3 is going to repeat over and over and over again, then all you would need to do is write 0.3 with a little hat, little line over the top. And that line is going to signify that the 3 is going to repeat. So you don't have to actually write it. That line is just going to tell you. That's what denotes that the 3 is going to repeat endlessly. So let's look at another one. I'm going to erase my board super fast. This other problem that we're going to work is also in the samples of your book. So if you want to follow along and you want to look with us, it's there for you. So our number is 5, 6. We want to write that as a decimal. So we're going to say numerator divided by denominator. 5 divided by 6. 6 cannot go into 5. We're going to annex zeros. So 6, my line looks kind of crazy. Sorry, guys. 6 will go into 50. How many times? 8. Yes, I'm so glad that you're working on your facts still. So 8 times 6 is 48. We're going to subtract. We get a remainder of 2. Okay. 6 will not go into 2, so we're going to annex another 0. bring it down, we have 20. So 6 will go into 20, yeah. 6 will go into 20 3 times, right? Because 3 times 6 is 18. And I'm going to subtract. We get 2. And next another 0. Bring it down. 6 will go into 20. How many times? 3. That's right. We just said 3. 3 times 6, 18. We're going to subtract 20 minus 18 and get 2. Anyone see a pattern here? Yeah, absolutely. So the 3 is going to continue to repeat. Now the difference between this problem and our previous problem is our first number after the decimal, our number in the tens place, it was an 8. We continued to work it out, and the number in the hundredths place was a 3. But then after that point, it started to repeat. So where do you think we're going to put our little hat? Yeah, we're going to put it above the 3. So our number is going to be written 0.83, line over the 3. I wouldn't want to put it over the 8 because the 8 is not repeating, only the 3 is. So we're going to put it over the 3. Okay? That's simple, guys. That is all you are working on today. There are 3 problems on page 287 that I want you to work on. I would love to see a picture of what you're doing, of your work. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am available at your disposal if you need me to work out another problem for you. If you have a specific question about a problem, please just let me know. Also, don't forget about your speed drills. This is an incredible time for you to really hone in and be working on those facts. Make sure that you're keeping up with that. All right? See you in a minute for science.